For Germany, once you get a visa, let's say a 2-week visa, there's a maximum number of days you're supposed to stay in Germany. Even if it's a 2-week visa, like, you can get a 2-week visa, but you have like 5 days just to stay in Germany. So even after 5 days, you have to leave, then you apply again to come to Germany. But you can't stay for more than 5 days, even if your visa is 2 weeks up. Most Germans don't know English. Like, they literally don't know even how to speak English at all. So
Are you
I'm surprised.
serious?
Because I thought, like, because it's Europe, so everyone will know English, but then German is different actually. Most people are unaware of speaking. They only know the word maybe hey, sorry. Those are the words which are famous here. Otherwise, if you're trying to speak English in German, then you have such a bad luck. So most people here don't know German, yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Immigrant Hub Germany. My name is Mike, and today I have a very special guest with us in the studio, Abroln, all the way from Tanzania. And Abroln is going to be sharing his story with us, how he moved from Tanzania to Germany and what the experience has been like. Before we proceed, I'd like Abroln to quickly introduce himself and then we get started. Abroln.
Hello guys, yeah, my name is Abroln Lupala. I'm from Tanzania. I'm currently in Germany right now at a university called Optiha Ambagvaiden. Yeah.
So, Abroln, tell me, what's the most surprising thing for you when you moved to Germany? The most shocking thing for you?
Okay, first off, most Germans don't know English. Like, they literally don't know even how to speak English at all. So
Are you
I'm
serious?
surprised. Because I thought, like, because it's Europe, so everyone will know English, but then German is different actually. Most people are unaware of speaking. They only know the word maybe hey, sorry. Those are the words which are famous here. Otherwise, if you're trying to speak English in German, then you have such a bad luck. So most people here don't know German, yeah.
Okay. So, well, it's a good thing to know that, because then outside of Germany, one would think everyone speaks English, but when you come here, it's a completely different experience, as you already experienced. Yeah. Let's proceed and get actually into more details. What were your expectations like, before you came to Germany? What were you expecting to meet once you arrived the country?
Okay. First off, one of the things I was expecting to meet when I came to Germany was, because I came in a place called Weiden, it's so close to Munich. So all my thoughts were like, when I reach here in Germany, first off, there'll be such a very big fan base of football. Yeah, that's one of the things which I supposed to meet. Yeah. Okay. Also, when I came here, I used to hear stories about Germans are racist and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, when I reached here, I was surprised actually. Most Germans are very, very kind in terms of they can help you even if you're a stranger. And so the issue of racism isn't really a topic when it comes to German. So it's one of the things which I really was surprised when I came to meet here. So that's one of the things which I didn't expect to reach in Germany, but then I found it here.
That's good to know, because everyone has the experience about Germany, and I always say is what one person experiences cannot always be what another person will experience. So it's good that you're telling yours. But from Tanzania, what do people think about Germany? Back when you were in Tanzania, what was the common understanding about moving to Germany? When people think about moving abroad, do they think Germany, and how do Tanzanians think about Germany?
Okay, first off, when I was in Tanzania and you talk about moving Tanzania to Germany, most people would first tell you like it's not easy, because Germany, as you know, it's a very developed country, not as some of our countries are. So when you tell someone going to Germany, first off, they know it's expensive, and it is kind of expensive. So that's the first idea which comes in the mind, as Germany is expensive. They'll talk about the issue of racism. I already addressed it earlier, that maybe facing some racism, people will treat you badly. Yeah. Third off, going to Germany, it's like one of the countries which are not so easy to get a visa, especially for a student. When you come here for the first time. So most people like it's not easy, just go to other countries which are easier to get a visa. German is gonna be hard. So in terms of the perspective which people have in Tanzania about Germany, Germany is a very hard country to go to because it's really developed. It's like going to the US. It's not so easy. So far, I can tell you that Germany is one of the easier countries to reach to Germany if you just have the right documents and you observe the deadlines and the time.
Okay, so back in Tanzania, most people think that it's not easy to come to Germany.
Yeah.
But from your experience, do you think it's still not easy? How would you say it?
Oh, no. Germany, it's it's gonna be hard to come if first off you have no exact purpose of what you're going to do there in Germany.
That's right.
Yeah, if you're trying to get a visa just because of, I don't know, a long visa because of visits or anything, it's gonna be hard. But if you have a purpose of going to Germany, maybe for, let's say, students visa or work, or just tourism for to a certain time of time, that is okay. But if you're coming to Germany, first off, if you have no like clear purpose of what you're coming to do here, it's not gonna be easy to get. But it's easy if you have all the necessary documents which are required and they are outlined in the visa process.
Yeah.
Also, it's easy to get to Germany if you observe all the deadlines and you do things in time. They don't really matter like your problem. If you don't do things in time, it's gonna be so hard because they don't go with your schedule. They go with their own schedule. So you have to follow their own schedule. That's gonna be easy for you to come. But if you try to like do your things the way you like it, it's gonna be very hard. So just observe the time deadlines and have everything necessary to come here in time.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if you're going somewhere that you're going there for or with a purpose and not just wake up and want to go there. Because if you wake up and want to go there, you will not understand how to go there and you most likely will not have the right documentations. But if you have a reason for going there and it also falls in line with the type of visa that they issue, then most times it can actually work out nicely. So tell us a bit about your own case. So how did it happen for you? Why Germany and what are you doing in Germany?
Okay, first off, my story begins with after finishing high school, in 2024. I was so passionate about coming to Germany. So like one of the things which made me apply here was because I liked the country. That's first. So I started doing individual efforts because I didn't have enough information about how to apply. So I started applying so many public universities here and private ones, trying to find a way which I can get a university in German. But then my auntie called Aunt Caro, she linked me with this agency called Japa Travels. They helped me a lot getting a university here, the one which I told you about, Biden.
Just a quick one. Did you hear how Abroln almost missed deadlines, applied to a private uni, and only later figured out how to switch to a public one? That's exactly why we built Setlinn, so you don't have to struggle like that. It's not just a website, it's your digital migration companion. From scholarships to visa tips and trusted support, you will find what exactly works. So before you make your next move, check out Setlinn.com. You'll thank yourself later.
So when I got this university, it was easier to get to Germany because as I got my admission, I was able to present it to the embassy and get my visa. So as I got my admission to Biden, the first thing which came to mind was the issue of blocked accounts together with the issue of my documents. Like for Germany, the birth certificate has to be legalized by the embassy. That's one of the things which I didn't know earlier.
Okay.
So as the processes went on, it took me some time, because I didn't observe the deadlines I was supposed to, as I mentioned before,
Mm-hmm.
So when I got all the documents ready, I applied for my visa on 8th of April, and I got to get my visa on 24th of April. So it takes about approximately 3 weeks to get a visa from Tanzania. Thereon, as I came to Germany here, the first day I actually arrived here on the airport, I arrived at the Munich airport. So the first day I came here to the Munich airport, because I was a student at first, and it's the first time coming to Germany Germany. So they had to do so many double checks. Like one of the things was checking my documents if they are legal and all that kind of stuff, my visa stuff. I came here with my brother, He accepted me, then he came back to Tanzania. So the reasons which they made my brother and I get some troubles coming in because of the visa. Like for Germany, once you get a visa, let's say a 2-week visa, there's a maximum number of days you're supposed to stay in Germany. Even if it's a 2-week visa, you can get a 2-week visa, but you have like 5 days just to stay in Germany. So after 5 days, you have to leave. Then you apply again to come to Germany. But then you apply again the plane ticket. But you just can't come here. You can't stay for more than 5 days, even if your visa is 2 weeks up. So that's one of the reasons which made me and my brother get some troubles coming in, because he had a 2-week visa, but he had maximum of 4 days. So every after 4 days, he'll have to leave. And if he wants to come back, he can come back, but within 4 days again. We actually were really checked in the airport. The federal police took us and our bags and our stuff. They checked us very well and confirmed that we are really approved to stay in Germany. And we got the improvements, and we got into Germany. Yeah. So when I got here, one of the people who I talked to in Japan Travel called Mike. Yeah, you exactly. He told me like I should be staying in the hotel, because I didn't reach the hotel first before I find accommodation. So as I went to stay at the hotel, I stayed there for almost 3 days. The hotel was in Freiburg. Yeah, I reached the hotel because, as I told you previously, most Germans, they are very good in hospitality. So after dropping from the train station, I met one of the elders here in Germany. He was a bit old, yeah. He had a car. I met him with my bags and told him like, hey, I just arrived here in Germany, but I'm looking for this hotel. I told him the name. So he told me, okay, fine, I can take you there. It's okay. So he took me and got me to the hotel without any charging me anything. Yeah, he was very kind. He told me about many stuff. He told me how Germany is. So I had a brief idea of how Germany is before even I started living here.
That's really good.
So I reached the hotel. I stayed there for 3-4 days. The hotel was very nice. Yeah, it's called Versailles Rose Hotel. And then after 4 days, I took me and my bags. I went to stay in the place where I'm supposed to stay in Weiden. Yeah. So as I came here in Weiden, I went to rest at a hotel called Media Weiden Hotel. Yeah. I stayed there for almost 5 days. Yeah. As I stayed there for the 5 days, I started looking for apartments. Like, where should I be staying? Because the students' hostel, you're supposed to apply for the hostel from a very long time, because the public universities in Germany get so many applications, even for the hostels. If you want to book a spot, you'll have to book it as early as possible so that you can get in when you just arrive in Germany. So since I didn't also know that, I had to stay in the hotel for the few days as I looked for an apartment. So I reached an apartment called it's a place called Schmitz. Yeah, it's just it's near Weiden, just 2-3 minutes by walking. So I got an apartment actually by looking to the websites. Yeah, there are some websites which I can share with you later on the how to get an apartment here. But also it's easier if you just talk to the agents like Japan Travels. They can help you find an accommodation too. So as I got an apartment here, the people actually are very nice. Yeah, most people are very good, and they are very kind. They can help you in so many stuff, even if you're still strangers to them. Yeah, so I settled here, and I've been here for almost 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, so far they've been treating me very well, teaching me how to do stuff here, because every place has its own rules. Yeah, so they taught me how to do stuff, how to use buses, how to use trains as a student. Yeah, so as I went to the university, the first day I came to the university, I went to the student office in Media Weiden, and as I went there, they told me about the admission and how I should start my studies. They showed me the classes and where I should be studying up. So right now, as I continue my studies, so far it's been such an amazing journey from Tanzania to Germany. Even though sometimes it may feel like it's complicated, but then it's not so complicated once you are prepared and you have the right people to talk to. So far, Germany has been one of the nicest places I've been to. You can use trains, you can use buses, you can use bicycles, you can use cars and taxis. So one of the things you like Germany is easy in transportation. Wherever you go, it's so easy to go to once you just know the place and you know the actual address of the place. Yeah. Also about Germany, the food actually is very nice here. The food is very nice. The weather around June, the weather it's kind of not hot, it's warm. Not as how it is in Tanzania, but it's warm, not hot. Yeah. So far it's a very good place that I've been to.
Yeah, I really like your experience and also how you're sharing it very honestly.
Okay.
It's something that everyone has to experience for themselves and get to know. It's interesting that even from the beginning, you've already been quite interested in Germany. I recall that you first had admission in a private university, you switched to public. So why did you decide to switch from the private to the public university?
Oh, okay. First off, most private universities here get more income from international students. So most private universities have very high school fees. The tuition fees is very high, and besides the school fees, you have to pay the broker account, which is also a very high amount of money. So checking my options, as I came to learn that public universities are free and you just have to pay the semester fees, which is like 500 euros, I opted to shift to a public university because it's cheap, because it's very cheap and it's easy to acclimate into, because there are so many international students in most public universities compared to private, because private doesn't have so many students because it's expensive. Most public universities in Germany are free of charge. You just have to pay the semester fees and the rest is enough. So that's the reason which I opted to shift from private to a public university.
Yeah. I mean, just to touch on that. So guys, first, by the way, we run Jackpot Travel, and Abroln got the admission for us to a private university. And as he mentioned, the tuition there are quite expensive. Although relative to other countries, private universities in Germany are still cheap. However, why should you pay in a private university when you have the option to study 100% tuition free? And most importantly, the public universities in Germany are way older than the private university. They're more solid. They have, in our opinion, better educational system and framework. And in most cases, you find more study options in these public universities. So when Abroln got in contact with us, we told him that, hey, it's possible to get your admission in a public university. And then you can just switch or, forego the admission in the private university. Because for us, especially for people coming from Africa and that want to explore the option of public universities, we are able to help them gain admission in the public university, because in this way you save yourself the money, but more importantly than that, the public university gives you access to full integration into the German system. You find more people there, you find more options there are way more activities, and that's actually how you get fully integrated into the system. So Abroln, for someone who is watching this from Tanzania or some other part of Africa, what would you recommend to them? Would you recommend private or public university to them?
For real, I'd recommend you coming to a public university because it's very easier, it's less cheaper, and when you look at our country, it's cheaper to pay just this blocked account rather than paying blocked account and tuition fees for every semester. So I really recommend people to look for a public university rather than a private one for cost-cutting issues and also for easy integration to the society.
100%. By the way, could you tell us briefly how you got that accommodation again?
Okay. As I reached here in the Abidjan hotel, I started looking for accommodation. So our university had some WhatsApp groups which most people post about the free accommodations available, and so that's one of the ways which I used to get an accommodation. I checked for some people and met some people here in Abidjan. Some are Indians, some are Pakistan, some are Germans, which they post these pictures of the places where the accommodation is available. So I visited some, so I had to choose one of the places, and so far that's one of the ways which I got an accommodation. Also, there are websites here actually which you can use to check free accommodations of your liking. Like you can filter what you want and what you don't want in an accommodation. So my accommodation which I got here right now, I got it from the websites, because most people from the university, the accommodations would begin around July because some people are finishing up rent. So that's one of the ways which I actually got my accommodation through the websites. But also, most universities here provide this help by using WhatsApp groups where most people can post free accommodations available around the university.
That's actually nice because one needs to pay attention to get this type of information. Otherwise, it's very easy for most people to complain that they don't have accommodation options. And also, you may not necessarily get it before you come to Germany, but like in Abroln's case, once you arrive, then you pay attention to the different sources of information, and in no time you will definitely get one. So do not panic or worry if you're not getting the accommodation before you come to
and
Germany.
also advise that in finding accommodation, it's better you come and see it with your own eyes rather than just booking it online. Make sure you see it physically.
Definitely. And how are you settling down in general? Now it's about 3 to 4 weeks that you arrived. How are you settling down and coping with the weather, the culture, the people, the food, and all?
About the weather, it's because I came here in June, so it's not the winter time. It's kind of a bit rainy, sometimes sunny, but it's not hot. It's just warm. So far, the weather has been conducive as I arrived here. So that's nice. You can just wear a t-shirt and jeans and just go out. You don't have to wear so many jackets like how it is in winter time. But about the food, most people here, they actually like to eat natural foods. Most people eat natural foods apart from the junk foods, the one you see in the McDonald's and Burger King. Most people also like to eat natural foods. So there are so many groceries around here which sell very fresh foods. So far I've been cooking myself actually for these past 3-4 weeks, and the food actually is very nice here. Even if you visit restaurants and coffee shops in the morning, the food is very nice here. And about the people, so far so many people I've met with are very, very kind. Like you can meet people on the road and they greet you, ask you how you're doing. So far most people are very, very kind. They show hospitality, especially to international students, because they know it's not easy coming from a country and just coming to a new country. It's not easy to get, but so far they've made it very easy for people, especially even Africans, because you can be seen by your black color. So easy for them to help you out with anything. Even if you have a problem, they can just stop what they're doing and help you out first, then they continue what they're doing. So far the people here are not what I expected to be. There is no such thing as racism here in Germany. I've not seen it for these folks I've been here, and I don't think I'll ever see it, because most people here are very kind, they are hospitable, and they are very good, in short. Yeah. So as my stay here in Germany for this folks has been like paradise. Yeah. It's been amazing. And I've met some friends from other countries, not so much in Tanzania, but I've met some Cameroonian, Ghana, Nigeria, Egypt, Sri Lanka. So they're very good people. Yeah,
that's good. Would you like to see more Tanzanians there?
Yeah, really. There are very few Tanzanians where I am here. Like here where I'm invited, they are not above 10. They're below 10. So it's discouraging, because you love to meet people from your home country. You can talk to Swahili. So when I'm here, just have to talk to English and some German. I can't speak Swahili because no one understands when I speak Swahili. So it's better if there are more Tanzanians here invited, especially in Germany, because even so many places in Germany have this same issue of there are very few Tanzanians around. So I'd like to encourage you guys. Germany is such hard to come. It's one of the easiest places to come once you just have the right documents and the exact time deadlines. So guys, just come to Germany, so at least you can have a community here, because so far there are very few Tanzanians here, very few Kenyans, Ugandans, like East and South African. There are very few people here. So most Africans here are the ones from Morocco, Egypt, and other places, Algeria, not South of Africa.
Yeah. Like, would you like to encourage your brothers and sisters from Tanzania and East Africa to come to Germany? If you like, you can do that in Swahili, just to encourage them and just give them a wrap up of, what you genuinely think about Germany and why you think they should come here.
In Swahili, yeah?
Yeah, if you like to.
Sasa jamani, naombeni tu, Germany ni nchi nzuri ya kuja kwa kweli, na ni nchi nzuri since nimefika hapa, imekuwa ni nchi ambayo watu wana upendo, in short, na so expensive kuja hapa jamani. Ni nchi ambayo you can come bila shida yoyote, na chakula ni kizuri, na ukija mida kama hii ya mwezi wa 8, wa 7, wa 9, si kipindi cha baridi. Kwa hiyo ni nchi ambayo ukaja vizuri kakaa, lakini cha msingi tu ukija mwezi wa 9 njoo na makoti, maana tutakuwa tunaelekea kipindi cha winter. Lakini kiachana na hicho, na washauri jamani, mje. Watanzania tuko wachache sana, we are very few, tuko kama 5 au 6 hivi niseme. Hapa ni pani like hii Bavaria nzima. Kwa hiyo nawaambia jamani, mje. Germany is a very good country, na tutakutana mwezi wa 9 mkija.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I really have to learn Swahili. Sometimes people write me in Swahili, because of all the relationship and stuff happening in Tanzania. So
yeah, you have to learn Kiswahili. Yeah. It's a very good language too.
100%. I 100% agree with that. And by the way, guys, so we have been working with Abroln since last year. We are so excited he finally made it to Germany, and that he can also tell his experience to you. One thing that we can all agree on is that you will also have your own experience. So if you're thinking about studying abroad, consider Germany, and we are also here to help you. Beyond studying, also, there are a lot of other things which we're also doing for Africans, especially those ones that are talented and want to play football. So if this is also something that you're looking for, be sure to get in touch with us, and let's see how we can get you over to Germany and help you achieve your dream. So Abroln, I'd like to thank you so very much for taking out this time to share your honest experience. We're going to be having definitely other sessions where we're going to bring you as you settle in Germany, because frankly speaking, there are a lot of things that you're going to learn over time. And for us, it's not all about just arriving, because arriving is the first step. But once you're here, other things are beginning to unfold. Like you came in, you've had experience getting accommodation, opening a bank account, getting your health insurance, and doing some other stuff. In the next phase will also come in, the language, just so that you get to learn the language, because opportunities in Germany are written first and foremost in German before other languages. So for you to really tap into the opportunities in the country, the language becomes very important. So that definitely would be the next stage, which we encourage that you get into. And after that, the next aspect that you have to start thinking about would be, what are your long-term goals? Because time runs really fast in Germany. Now it's already almost 4 weeks. Before you know it, is 2 months, 6 months, 1 year. So it's always advisable that one sits and just ask themselves, what do I want to achieve in life? What are my short-term goals and what are my long-term goals? What do I want to see for myself in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time. And you actually begin to make that plans from the early stage. So yeah, stick around, guys. Feel free to share this video with anyone that you like, and also people that you don't like as well, to encourage them. But more importantly, just know that we are here for you, and we're bringing stories of, real people who are experiencing the life in Germany.
Also, Tanzanian, if you guys want to learn German language, there's a university in Tanzania. It's in Posta. It's called Goethe University. I think that's a very good place to start learning German. So if you wanna think of learning Germany, it's a very good place. It's called Goethe University. It's in Posta.
Yeah, cool. Any final words, Abroln, you'd like to say before we wrap it up?
I would just have to say, guys, it's a very amazing place. It's not like what people talk about it in Tanzania. It's a very amazing place. The people are nice here. The food is nice. The culture is very amazing. The environment is okay. For those who love football, Bayern Munich is not so far from here. It's just 2-3 hours away. So guys, just make sure you can come here, do whatever it takes, because you want to get your decisions. So I'll see you all guys in September. Love you all.
All right. Cheers. Thank you so much, Abroln. I appreciate that.